that his team doesn't get too beat up.
1-6 road record elevated from assistant to head coach in April with Jim Engels left for Columbia. That's a 3 for the quarter for Jenkins. That's his second 3 of the game, and we're deadlocked at 12.
And they handled the changing defense as Temple went to a trap. Good job by Coleman to get in the middle of the floor and then distribute.
Rose just checked in for Temple, wearing number 13 at the bottom of your screen, as Annaccioni has 15 to shoot. They swing it around to Dingle. Here's Moore coming in, and the freshman comes up short. Lynn has the miss. NJIT can go out in front for the first time this afternoon. Coleman on Annaccioni with the turnaround, the fadeaway. And Alston has the loose change.
Now forced to fade away because of the size of Annaccioni.
Here's the matchup on the opposite side of the floor. Unfinished business for Obi and Annaccioni. Still 0 for in the matchup. Now 0 for 2 in the game. And Obi has 5 20-point performances this season. Double figures, as Rob mentioned, all but one game. Of course, that was the last one, and the loss to number 1 Villanova on Tuesday. We'll stay on this end. 12 to shoot for Brian Kennedy's unit. And he's going to go to the bench. To bring back on, Anthony Tark will come in for the senior Coleman. Tark's getting a lot of valuable minutes.
Well, he's a good athlete as a freshman. He gives them some energy, and right now his team's a little sluggish. So Tark's a guy that can give him some life.
Bendari also in as well. Tark driving baseline with the reverse, and NJIT has the lead.
Oh, right on cue, and that's what he does. They run a lot of offensive sets. It's taken him a while to get used to all that, but when he gets himself into space, he's athletically good enough to be able to go challenge at the rim.
Good move by Rose to give it up, and Annaccioni for 3.
Annaccioni's gotten 3 good looks already, just hasn't been able to convert.
Lynn pulls up, that's his shot, and Damon Lynn drains it, and NJIT now extends her lead to 5, and Lynn is 5 as well.
And he gets so many of his threes in transition where it's hard to keep track of them.
Quentin Rose using his speed past Lynn, and he'll go to the line. It's a high-volume player, Quentin Rose.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a high ceiling. Talk about a guy with a terrific upside, as we saw in the game against Florida State when he had 26. Already he's been the Rookie of the Week in the American 2 times. He's got great size. He's got a real good feel, too. Realizing that Lynn was on him, smart for a freshman to go take him inside and not hang out on the perimeter.
First foul this afternoon on NJIT and Damon Lynn. Quentin Rose played 23 minutes off the bench and 7 points against Villanova. That said a lot about Temple's ability to come back, not only in the Florida State game, but also control the game against West Virginia at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, and that game against Florida State, as you mentioned, they were down 18 in the second half. Come on back and beat a nationally ranked team like the Seminoles. That was impressive. Remember, last year they had 3 games where they came back from double-digit deficits in the second half. When you always think about Fran Dunphy's team, you always think about the way they battle. And those stats right there, those comebacks, speak to that.
Says a lot about the resiliency of Temple, especially after losing to New Hampshire and also at UMass in games 2 and 3, respectively. There's Coleman coming back in for NJIT, gives it up to Damon Lynn with under 20 to shoot. Lynn looked right inside for Tark.
Well, that time Temple and man-to-man really got up and was a little more aggressive on the perimeter. So what's your release? Go back door, terrific find by Lynn. And there's the athleticism of Tark.
Rose pulls up for 2.
Talk about good-looking freshmen. Rose certainly one of those. I love his size and his ability to handle, pass, and shoot. He can dribble, pass, and shoot at 6'8". Like I said, that's a big upside potential for him.
Sophomore Bendari gave it up top. Annaccioni almost had the swipe on Coleman. Alston Jr. trying to blaze past Lynn, swatted away thanks to Damian Moore. Alston on the lob for Annaccioni, his first 2 points of the game. And a foul.
Well, that's the way to get yourself into the scoring column, but it wasn't the offense that got things started. It was the defense, the shot blocking of these Temple Owls. Top 10 in the country in block shots, at one end, leads to a run out. Terrific feed as well. Right on the money by Sis Alston.
Lonnie Moore will come back in for Daniel Dingle. Tark will take a seat as well for NJIT as Rob Ukawuba comes back in. And there's Inechionya. You see, just shy of 18 points per game as he completes the three-point play.
And you see, he can step out to three at 6'10". He's a terrific outside shooter. That's really the strength of his game. But when he can get running in a situation like that in transition, he certainly can finish at the rim.
Yeah, almost reminiscent of Lynn on that catch and shoot as once again Moore comes up big on the aforementioned Lynn. Alston pushing again, and it's Jonah back to back. Temple has the lead.
Certainly running the floor, and second time that Alston put it right on the money.
And Brian Kennedy wants to talk things over with his unit. We'll call a timeout as the crowd loves that. Philly as we flip-flop.
Now Temple using some good, solid defense to get out in transition. And Inechionya has been struggling offensively. Here's a way to get going. Back-to-back alley-oops, terrific feeds from the sophomore Alston. And Inechionya has Temple back on top.